comments by Professor Cooper on the important role of the media in this respect. And she mentioned the successful campaign in the US. And often, when we talk, say, in the South Asian continent, and we give the example of, say, the US, the normal reaction is, oh, that's a rich country, that's not relevant to us. But, there have been successful campaigns against lightning deaths in places like Bangladesh, India, South Africa, which perhaps are relevant to Nepal. So strongly support that, the issue of better risk communication. Second, I do want to strongly support Dr. Sharma's comment about it's good to see so many women at the helm of STEM in Nepal. Our chairperson, our secretary. Yesterday we were with the Department of Hydrology and Meteorology, and I was so pleasantly surprised to see so many women modelers and forecasters. And as the father of 2 daughters, it gives me great joy to see that. So coming to the issue at hand, there was a recent study by the American Meteorological Society, and it says that 1,927 people were killed in Nepal between 1971 and 2019. Now, to me, I think every single one of those deaths is a tragedy and, frankly, entirely preventable. I know that this is a bunch of scientists and physicists, and I really welcome the work that you will do, the research that you're doing. But frankly, the solutions already exist. You don't need, big scientific breakthroughs. And I'll just give you a few examples of what other countries are doing. So first of all, our ability to predict lightning is much, much better. So, the 30-minute to 45-minute prediction window is now pretty much standard in many countries. In India, they have apps now. The IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, has an app. The state of Karnataka has an app which predicts lightning. So that is something that we know how to do. But again, going back to Dr. Cooper's point, the point is that how do you give risk information to the public in a way that motivates them to act? And that is something that we need more research on. So that I would say is that this more awareness, I think, is very important. Second is the installation of standard equipment. Again, this is not expensive equipment. So the early streaming emission lightning protectors. I don't know, you're shaking your head. I don't know whether you are disagreeing with the technology or but anyway, so we are doing that in Bangladesh in a big way. And it has been found to be quite effective as one of the, and we can have a discussion on the pros and cons. Lightning arrestor systems, I think one good way to start is with schools. And the school children can again become a big advocate of these kind of systems. All your critical facilities, whether it's hospitals, data centers, should have these lightning arrestor systems and surge protection. And then finally, a lightning safety awareness campaign should be really part of any strategy, any national strategy to deal with these. So in conclusion, what I'd like to say is that, again, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I really wish you good deliberations. The World Bank is a very, very proud partner of the government of Nepal on all of these issues, and anything that you need help on, we are very, very happy to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your. I would like to invite Mr. Anil Pokhrel on stage, who is the CEO of NDRRMA, to come up on stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Respected Chair Dr. Joshi, हाम्रो सचिवज्यू, हाम्रो मेरो एक्स एलुमनाई सिनियर पनि हुनुभयो, यत्रो ठुलो पोजिसनमा पनि उहाँ राख्नु भएको छ, पर्टिकुलरली हामीहरूको मन्त्रालय प्रादेशिक मन्त्रालयबाट आउनुभएको मन्त्रीज्यू, आवासजी, हामीहरूको डाक्टर श्रीराम शर्मा, lot of distinguished experts known around the world on lightning, come from so far distances, all the way from Brazil to US to India and other places, but also experts, practitioners, disaster risk management managers, colleagues, friends, and fellow journalists. I'm really delighted to be here to be part of this International Lightning Conference. I'm also delighted to know that this is the second ever such gathering in Nepal. Dr. Sriram and his team have been kind of instrumental in hosting a previous one a couple of years back, and his effort, especially in the community here in Nepal, to really kind of get these experts from all around the world to really talk about this issue is so heartening. I, as Avasi, a good friend, just said, like, I'm not a lightning expert at all. But when sometime around like 3.5 years back, I happened to deliberately go to a house that was just struck by lightning. This was a family of a Tamang. She had lost her husband that night and a daughter with 3 goats and 1 buffalo. The scene that I went the next morning, I was on a trip for some other work, but this was really nearby the roadside. The scene was very horrific. She lost her husband. He had been visiting just for his holidays, and he was working in somewhere in the Middle East. His only breadwinner in the family. Imagine again, a daughter being lost and also her livelihood. Part of her house was damaged. It was burnt. She was subconscious. It really, for the first time in my life, kind of showed me how harrowing it is. After that particular incident, every numbers, when we call like 100 people died, or these many thousands of cattle, sheep, I really tend not to forget that particular incident that I got to see it. Interestingly, again, government of Nepal recognizes every death as a lightning disaster, due to lightning as a disaster. Unlike a lot of countries around the world, I'm really happy to say that the government of Nepal does recognize lightning as a disaster. There are a lot of countries which doesn't even recognize that. So I'm really kind of happy to kind of inherit that law prepared by our parliament against the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act. It doesn't discriminate against any other deaths or accidents from other disasters. So the relief and response is treated in the same way that, again, if a person is killed by a landslide, floods, and an earthquake. So this is something heartening to that I want to share with you. Ever since NDRMA came in, we also looked it into, in addition to the deaths of, again, individuals, humans, we also saw that a lot of number of houses were being kind of burnt, even schools, struck by lightning. And some of these were owned by really poor people. They had no other way to go. So this is where we embarked on a process to support learning from the EHRP work, especially the housing reconstruction work, as how do we kind of enable communities and municipalities to reconstruct their houses in ways that are better in terms of even for lightning and also for earthquake, floods, and other risks. So this is what we've been able to do through a guideline that we came out, mainly for addressing forest fires, other domestic fires, and also for lightning. So this has really been appreciated by a lot of, again, municipal leaders and also by our ministers who've been really kind of helping us in terms of, again, setting aside resources, financing, but also looking at technologies to prevent such disasters to happen. When I took up this work as a CEO, I recall my first ever council meeting happening on the first day of Baisakh. This was the peak of, again, lightning, and that's where our Right Honorable Prime Minister, including a lot of ministers, really said, again, the monsoon is yet to come. Let's start kind of, again, focusing by building awareness within communities, within societies on lightning. That's where NDRMA really embarked on a campaign spree, designing a communication strategy, but immediately, again, start kind of undertaking an assessment as what kind of languages would really be effective for communicating lightning risk. That's when I also first got to know that there's so many words for lightning in Nepal in itself. Again, in Maithili there's different, it's in the west, in Doteli it's called Chidko. I had never learned about this. And so we started, again, formulating songs, little videos, using, again, local actors, media personalities, and experts to really talk about it. And so they were our champions in terms of really kind of, again, weaving into PR pieces. Our colleagues at RIMES were really appreciative of this work, and then worked with our another good friend Kamal Kishore in NDMA in India. We're working on how do you kind of again translate this into Hindi and other languages in even India as well. Something around like 13 or 15 of these PR little videos have been really appreciated. It's also been aired by our colleagues in India as well. So tiny countries like ourselves, and with joint collaborations with ourselves, we've been able to again at least contribute a small bit, especially on the PR, on the communications side of things. I'm really appreciative also of the fact that DODBC is leading the work in terms of standardizing, again, lightning protection work. Dr. Sriram Sarma and their team are helping, providing with technical support. We've also, again, with the support of World Bank, PPCR, and climate investment funds, we did embark on a process to, again, make an effort to see if we could do lightning nowcasting. This was through the support that was done to the Department of Hydrology and Meteorology. We've had a good experience, especially in terms of again understanding what works, what doesn't work. Around a few stations, around 9 of these stations have been established, but with some difficulties, especially in terms of relating that into real nowcasting. We're working with DHM. We've also been getting support from RIMES to look at again how do you now rejuvenate that system so that we could weave this into a national multi-hazard early warning system. I also want to say that the NDRMA has been tasked by the executive committee to come up with a national concept note on multi-hazard early warning system. We've not left apart lightning. Lightning is a solid part of it. So we understand again the lightning cannot be forecasted, as rightly mentioned earlier by Abbas and the colleagues. But we could still nowcast. We could still can use the same national communication systems, all media, to translate these messages timely, so that people could save lives at least again run indoors if there's a thunder. Very good examples of again PR campaigns that we've been able to learn, especially from the US. That's also where I got to study. When it thunders, go indoors, something on those lines. We've used that to again in a Nepali context as well. And so here we are again with very little experience, but perhaps these could be already of good experience for others as well. Happy to kind of share and learn, but equally learn from again other country experiences where there's a much better work in terms of lightning protection, lightning awareness, but also again looking at again how do you design our infrastructures, our communications towers, but also hydropower plants, our houses, schools, that are resilient to, again, multiple hazards, and in particularly to this audience, I want to say that also from a lightning protection perspective. So this next 3 days are going to be very important for us. Also, you all might have already been aware that, again, we had a series of, again, shaking yesterday at Bazhang, our far west province. Something around like 400 houses have been completely damaged. This is something that we've been working last night and this morning. We're embarking on a process to again immediately roll out engineers and technicians to survey these damaged households. The few schools as well have been damaged, or health post has been damaged. What we'd also look into, and this is what I would want to commit, is when we're going back to these settlements, and especially for looking at reconstruction programs for these public offices, public buildings, and private residences, we'll add up a question if we could also to particularly look into the lightning risk, and that during the reconstruction of these big public buildings and private residences, we'll look into your knowledge and your support in terms of, again, installing lightning protection systems in these houses and these public buildings. With these words, again, we're seeing a huge success for the next three days. Our team would also be, our Rajendra sir, who's there, he also leads our multi-hazard early warning system work. He's going to be here with a couple of other engineers as well, who will be able to learn from your body of knowledge and experiences that will be able to kind of translate into our actions to make everyone safer and make country Nepal a resilient country. With these words, thank you so much for inviting me and giving this opportunity to be part of this event. Namaste.
Thank you so much, sir. So now I'd like to request Dr. Lok Bahadur Baral, the campus chief of Amrit Campus TU, to please address the hall.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone. I heartily welcome all the delegates from abroad and within the nation. And I'm very happy to address a few words to this important program. Chairperson of this program, respected Professor Dr. Leela Pradhan, Chief Guest of this program, Honorable Secretary Parmila Devi Bajracharya, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, another minister from this province, and all other scholars, guests, and national and international participants, and including media persons. Our Amrit campus, which was established 3 years before the establishment of Tribhuvan University, has organized several national and international conference, symposium, workshop, and seminar on various subjects like chemistry, zoology, botany, etc., including physics, related to research in innovative fields, and has provided a good platform of scholarship interaction. This international conference on lightning, electromagnetics, and application of semiconducting materials, being organized by Atmospheric and Material Science Research Center in the initiative led by Department of Physics, Amrit Campus, Tribhuvan University, and supported by International Science Program of Solar University, has immense importance in the present context of research field. Many scholars and students have shown greater interest in participating and presenting their paper and works. I, on behalf of my campus and myself, would like to extend my best wishes for the grand success of 3-day program, and I wish the happy stay of the guest and participant from the abroad. I think I wish and enjoy the nation's good food and other culture while staying in Nepal. Wish you a happy stay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request Professor Dr. Ishwar Koirala, the Research Director of Tribhuvan University, to please address the hall.
Thank you. Distinguished Chairperson of International Conference on Electromagnetic Lighting and Applications of Semiconducting Materials, esteemed Chief Guest, the Secretary of Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, honored special guest, esteemed international delegates, esteemed organizing committee, invited speakers, contributing speakers, and all respected participants. This remarkable scientific program has been arranged by the Department of Physics at Amrit Campus in collaboration with the South Asian Lighting Network and ISPU UU Sweden. I anticipate that this initiative will prove exceedingly valuable to scientists engaged in the fields of lighting and semiconducting materials. I believe that this conference holds particular promise for young scientists. It is noteworthy that Amrit Campus has been diligently organizing a multitude of scientific events, including national and international conference, seminars, and workshops for several years. Thus, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Amrit Campus for their dedicated efforts in organizing such conference, which undoubtedly contribute to the knowledge enrichment of the student, faculty, and researchers alike. I extend my best wishes for resounding success of this 3 days program. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee for affording me the opportunity to deliver a brief speech during this inaugural ceremony. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful insights. Now I would like to invite our special guest, Honorable Minister, Dr. Rajendra Man Shrestha on stage.
Thank you so much. Chairperson of this program, Dr. Leela Pradhan, Chief Guest of this program, Science and Technology Ministry Secretary, Dr. Bajacharya, distinguished guests from abroad, guests and renowned scientists participating are so many organizations, media persons. I would like to gratitude to all of you firstly. I am very happy to with you to be this morning. I am immensely pleased to be present and express a few words among the distinguished professors, scientists, researchers, and other distinguished personalities from around the globe in this valuable conference jointly organized by Tirunelveli University's Amrit Campus and South Asian Lightning Network. The subject lightning is very much relevant and has been drawing our attention because Mokanpur district in our Bagmati province has the highest number of people killed by the lightning among 77 districts of Nepal and has been the subject of discussion in the Provincial Assembly as well as the Cabinet of Ministers how to protect lives and property by this highly hazardous natural disaster. There are lots of myths and wrong practices because of lack of correct information and knowledge about this. This valuable gathering of the renowned scientists, researchers, and engineers from all over the world will provide the knowledge on how to minimize the hazardous effect of lightning and awareness on how to be safe from it. All of us from Nepal and the region will definitely get advantage of it. ASCL, our Amrit Campus, is the oldest science college of Nepal. It has not only been providing science and technology education for the last 6 decades, but also has started doing research with its limited resources, complemented by the support from International Science Program of Uppsala University in Materials Science in addition to atmospheric physics. It is so encouraging that the local researchers are presenting their outcomes here among the other experts from abroad. I would like to congratulate all of them and wish further advancements. I am the Agriculture and Livestock Minister of Bagmati Province, and it is so sad to say that farmers are being killed by lightning while walking outside in the farms. I have not been able to do anything significantly to save them. Today, it has given me some sense of relief to know that we have the team of South Asian Lightning Network, which has been carrying out so many activities in Nepal, and South Asia with the chairmanship of Nepal to reduce the risk of lightning and electrical hazards and to disseminate the knowledge and skill on how to protect them with first-hand facilitation on the site. Through this network, we can access to all the recent scientific knowledge of the experts from around the globe. Personally, myself and whole team in the provincial government are eager to join in hand with such a rich network of scientists and researchers to protect our people from the natural hazards and make their lives better with the scientific advancements. I wish you a safe and nice stay in Nepal and grand success of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request our chief guest, Secretary Ministry of Science and Technology, Ms. Pramila Devi Bajracharya, to address the hall.
Thank you. Very good morning to all of you. Respected Chairperson Leela Pradhan Joshi, special guest Honorable Minister Dr. Rajendra Man Shrestha, Ministry of Agriculture, Bagmati Province, Campus Chief Dr. Lok Bahadur Baral, Amrit Campus, Mr. Abbas Jha, representative from World Bank, Professor Mary from USA, Dr. Anil Pokharel from NDRRMA, Dr. Ishwar Koirala from TU, Dr. Man Thapa, former CEO AEPC, Dr. Sriram Sharma, Amrit Campus, distinguished guests in the dais, professors, scientists, researchers, media person, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express my warm welcome to all the distinguished professors, scientists, researchers, and other distinguished personalities in Nepal and in this conference jointly organized by Tribhuvan University, Amrit Science Campus, and South Asian Lightning Network. I am happy to learn that Atmospheric and Material Science Research Center is established just 3 years ago under the support of International Science Program of Uppsala University, Sweden, has been able to successfully organize this international conference within a short period. I am very much confident that the research center not only will promote the research and the academic activities, but also will attract the young scholars, retaining them from abroad in the quest of their better future. I take this opportunity to thank the International Science Program for supporting the campus. I look forward for such support be continued in the days ahead and be expanded. Oskal campus popularly known Amrit Science Campus is the first science college in Nepal, was established in 1962 and with the objective to promote science and technology in Nepal. It has produced thousands of scholars who have become renowned scientists and technocrats, politicians, and even the Prime Minister of Nepal. Similarly, I am very glad to know that South Asian Lightning Network has been carrying out so many activities in Nepal and South Asia in the current chairmanship of Nepal to reduce the risks of lightning and electrical hazards and to disseminate the knowledge, skill, and information to be protected from it. Although lightning has been a major hazard, it has largely been underrated. As you all know, if we can address the root causes of the disaster that minimizes the causes leading them to occur, we will not need to lose their lives and the property, and hence will save a huge amount of money and the efforts that we have been spending to respond to the people affected by the disasters. Such scientific activities and the collaborations will have significant contributions and impact in the direction. Government of Nepal will be happy to extend its collaborations that such networks of scientists and researchers. I am happy to be a part of this very important gathering of the renowned scientists, researchers, and engineers from around the globe to discuss and disseminate the knowledge on how to mitigate the hazardous effect of lightning, its mechanism, and also the researches going on in material science. Many new researchers and aspirants from Nepal and the region will definitely benefit from it. National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority under the Ministry of Home Affairs is the focal body for coordinating the activities to all kinds of disaster in Nepal. Lightning being a major disaster in Nepal, I am privileged to participate in such an important conference to extend my best wishes for the success of this event and its objective. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the renowned scientists, experts who have come to Nepal for sharing their vast knowledge and in their respective areas. I believe that the young researchers and the professionals would immensely benefit from the knowledge of the esteemed experts. On the behalf of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, I would like to express my commitment to provide very possible assistance in order to promote the research activities and enhance the quality of education. In the meantime, I would also like to inform you that Ministry is drafting the Bill of Science, Technology and Innovation. Lastly, I would like to wish a very enjoyable stay of distinguished professors, scientists and researchers from all over the world in this beautiful country, Nepal, and also wish a great success of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I'd like to request Professor Dr. Leela Pradhan Joshi, Head of Physics Department, Amrit Campus CU, and she is also the President of Nepalese Society for Women in Physics. I request her to address the hall.
Just before I intervene, sorry, we'll have a photo session right over here. So please do stay after the conclusion of this session. Thank you.
Chief guest of today's opening ceremony, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, and Honorable Minister from the Agriculture, Nepal Government, Dr. Rajendra Man Shrestha, our special guest, special experts, Professor Mary, lightning expert, our campus chief, Amrit Science Campus GU, and Mr. Anil Pokharel from the Disaster Risk Management, Mr. Avas Shah from representing World Bank, Professor Dr. Ishwar Koirala from the Tribhuvan University, and Mr. Man Thapa, former CEO from the APC, and we have the Professor Chandima, who is watching our event online, and the Professor Manjura Haq and the Professor Dr. Biplav Sanyal from the ISB, and all the distinguished international and the national professors, my colleagues, researchers, ladies and gentlemen, including all media. On behalf of organizing committee of ICLEASM 2023, the AMSRC, I myself, Leela Bardhan Joshi, already introduced, and I would like to introduce my group, like my co-PIs. The PI is already introduced, Dr. Sriram Sharma, and my colleagues, the co-PI for the AMSRC, Professor Dr. Rajendra Paradali, I would like to introduce, and another co-I for this project is the Mr. Pitambar Shrestha, who is the MSc coordinator at the Physics Department of the campus, and Professor Dr. Naran Chabagai sir, and who is the expert in our department. So on behalf of the Physics Department and all other my colleagues, on behalf of the organizing committee, I'm delighted to once again welcome and namaste to all of you. Definitely your gracious presence and strong support and kind cooperation have given us the vigorous energy to conduct this conference for the 3 days. AMRC, it was established in the 2021 with the strong support of the ISP, UU and the Amrit campus. After having a number of the meetings and online meetings and physical as well as, so Amrit campus is working very hard for the growth of the research culture in Nepal, not only at the physics department. So in this context, so everybody already used to have it. We have already conducted several scientific programs, conferences, workshops, and interaction programs, including the various scientific talks, collaborating with the national as well as the international academic agencies, professional societies, as well as the government bodies. So it's already pointed out in the earlier that we have also doing the outreach programs for the promotion of the females in the STEM education, which are the careers, which are the main manpower for our future development of the science in Nepal. However, this is the first international conference under this project. It's not the first international project on the lightning, but with the amalgamation of the lightning as well as the mineral science, material science, this will be a historic and milestone event in terms of the science research and development of the Nepal. We are very, very enthusiastic to listen many distinguished lectures from the great minds of the world in both fields, lightning as well as the material science. I'm sure that this ICLEASM platform that will help us to move in the fruitful direction for the future perspective, for which we are very working hard. I would like to thank all the international and the national keynote and the invited speakers who have brought here with them and will share their knowledge and experiences. So we appreciate that you have taken time of your very important schedules to contribute to this conference, and some of the international resource persons have been traveled at a very short notice and from far distances, and some of our collaborating and contributing for us online, via online. Thank you for your invaluable contribution. I also acknowledge the contributions of those who will present their valuable works and ready to share their findings and learn more ideas and more techniques for their future career. I would like to thank all the scholars, students who attend these 3 conferences very patiently. I hope this conference will direct implications for your future career in the science. We should not forget to mention and thank to our supporting partners and sponsors, due to which we could stand here and launch this event. Let me read these names. First of all, I would like to thank the International Science Program, ISP, Uppsala University, Sweden. Special thanks goes to Professor Carla Puglia and Dr. Barbara Brena, who always, from the time of initiations, they are supporting morally as well as the financially. So I will say overall support. And University Grants Commission of the Nepal and Nepal Electricity Authority. I would like to thank Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Government of Nepal, and who is also supporting from the last few years and in most of the programs. So I would like to thank special thanks to Pramila Devi Bajajare ma'am. So she is being the advisor for promoting the female students, and we already have the many moral support strongly, but in future, as she said in her speech, that in future we would hope that we would get the financial support too, because which is very important for the progress of the research in Nepal. And I would like to thank the Cape Electric India and I also like to thank Hotel Himalaya, who provided this hall and everything for their well management. So I would like to thank the professional societies like Nepal Physical Society as well as the Nepalese Society for the Women in Physics, representing by myself. And we are very working hard for the growth of this society too, because it was also a very new society. And I would also like to thank the African Center for Lightning Electromagnetic Networks and the Center for Lightning and Thunderstorm Tripura and the South Asian Meteorological Associations, the National Disaster Risk Reductions and the Management Authority. I'd also like to thank the Via Vitae South Asian Meteorological Associates, and I would heartily thank the Buddha here who was ready to help us for our guest stay in Nepal more happily. And I would also like to thank the Nepal Tourism Board. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the personalities who directly and indirectly supported to make this conference successful. I would also like to thank the Professor Chandima Combs, who last year visited, and he is always helping and motivating for the development of the research culture in Nepal. So he is the lightning, he is actually electrical engineering and working in the lightning fields. But last time when he visited, he motivated the material scientists also. As all of us heard so many times, like there are so many dates and so many this, because lightning research group are counting the number of dates and how to reduce. They are working very hard for how to reduce the dates. So while sitting for an hour there, it came to my mind that, like, it's not to only my mind that the material science that can reduce the date of the date, because the lightning, how to protect? We cannot stop the lightning, but we can protect. How means that utilizing the proper materials, so that the amalgamation of the lightning with the material science, that gives a good sense. I felt like so, and during Dr. Sriram Sharma's speech, he is elaborating the more research going on, because he is a lightning expert, and he elaborated the research activities from the last few years. And it seems that here is the combination of the material science as well as we have the material scientist experts like Dr. Manjura, Dr. Biplab Sanyal, and also. So we are ready to collaborate more strongly and connecting with the lightning. So I wish all the best to all our guests stay in Nepal. The organizing committee members, including my students, they are very, very ready and happy to help you to make your Nepal to visit a memorable one. So I hope that with the climate and the weather will support us by tomorrow. I think it's already clearing outside. So have a wonderful time. Thank you. With this, I declare that this inaugural session is closed. Thank you.
Since we've completed the inaugural session, let's gather for some photos, then we can go for tea and coffee. Thank you.